Hello everyone, welcome to our day 4 of this week's Mega Gardevoir team. Right off the bat, our opponent wishes us good luck. How nice, good luck to you too. I'm sorry I have to ignore you, but just to avoid profanity in our videos, now we're up against a Mega Gardevoir team once again. This time we only have 3 Pokemon in common. Sableye is pretty annoying and it's a possible secondary Mega as well. Unfortunately, I don't have Taunt for Breloom, so that could be a big issue later on. I think Trick Room is going to be very important here. Setting up Trick Room. Yeah, I mean Breloom is annoying, but it doesn't really threaten Gardevoir that much. I'm going to lead Gardevoir Thundurus to fake the Taunt and try to set up my Trick Room. Heatran is pretty solid here as well, although Rotom Wash could be an issue, but it deals very nicely with everything else. And to try to counter Rotom Wash, I'm going to bring Amoonguss, I think. Or do I want to bring Amoonguss? Yeah, I'm going to bring Amoonguss. Resist Hyper Voice is weak to Psychic, but that's where prediction comes in. I trace Rotom Wash's Levitate. His Gardevoir doesn't trace, therefore it either has Synchronize, which we don't really care about, or this Rotom could start discharging and try to paralyze us. So I'm going to go for Trick Room and I'm going to Swagger Gardevoir this turn, because Rotom Wash is not that threatening. If he paralyzes us with discharge for some reason, well, there is a high chance of getting paralyzed, but we will be even slower under Trick Room, so that will be helpful if we don't get fully paralyzed at some point, but we'll see. I think our moves are pretty safe. Swaggering Gardevoir makes it so it only has a 50% chance of damaging us. Yeah, his Mega Gardevoir is definitely faster. So there's the Swagger. Volt Switch by Rotom Wash. I wonder what he's bringing in. I would bet Heatran, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, there's Heatran. Oh wow, and his Mega Gardevoir has Shadow Ball. Okay, so that's definitely not good for us. Okay, and since we did Mega Evolve, we got a bit more bulk in special defense, I believe, but unless Heatran is probably going to be, I'm not entirely sure. We got a special defense drop, but we have so little HP that it doesn't really matter. How important is Mega Gardevoir here? It is decently important. I don't think I want to start risking. Yeah, Heatran is probably going to Heat Wave here. So I'm going to Thunderbolt it, because I know a combination of Thunderbolt plus Earth Power from my Heatran knocks out any Shuka Berry Heatran, and we get powered up for Flash Fire. His Heatran is leftover, so no Shuka Berry worry there. Now Rotom Wash probably can't KO our invested Heatran. Now I'm pretty sure Heatran was faster than Thundurus, but Thundurus has a lot of speed. Yeah, I don't think it will be a quiet Heatran or anything. Probably is running some speed. So I kinda want to Heat Wave and Swagger here. Swagger Rotom. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, because Heatran is either protecting or switching out, I believe. Nope, neither of those. Well, that's a good prediction on my opponent's part. Heatwave does a lot of damage to Rotom. I survive with my Shuka Berry. Now, we could both protect. Yeah, he'll probably protect. I'm going to Thunderbolt Rotom. Oh, Landorus. Yikes. Protect from my Heatran, protect from his Heatran. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty big turn because I'm going to Hidden Power Ice Rotom right away. And wow, the name of this Pokemon, is this Shady Penguin? Well, probably not, because okay, we know he has Rotom in the back. We haven't seen, oh no, we do know it's Rotom and Mega Gardevoir. So I'm going to Hidden Power Ice Landorus and I'm going to Swagger the Heatran slot. Yep, Hidden Power Ice takes out Landorus. That's great. Heatran Earth powers again. So our opponent really outplayed us in the Heatran against Heatran battle. And yeah, that's a big problem now, because I might have to rely on Swagger, unfortunately. On Swagger shenanigans. So I'm going to Swagger Rotom. Heatran might switch out. No, I should probably... Oh, I'm going to Protect Gardevoir and Thunder Wave Heatran, reducing the odds of it attacking. If he switches it out to remove confusion, then his own Gardevoir gets paralyzed and will be slower. Yeah, that's the stuff. Rotom might Volt Switch, yeah, into my Protect. That is absolutely great. So that thing is probably faster. I'm going to bring Amoonguss in. And I'm going to Swagger Gardevoir again. Yeah, I'm not really accomplishing much by doing all of this. Oh wow, Rotom isn't Scarfed. Gardevoir fortunately hits itself in confusion. Now I'm going to Spore Rotom and Swagger Rotom, or do I go more on the offensive? Yeah, I'm going to... No, yeah. Just in case he switches. Spore and Thunderbolt, the Rotom slot. Oh, that's so close. Thunder Wave onto Amoonguss. That's okay. Gardevoir one-hit KOs us, but now we're in a pretty good spot. We can double target Gardevoir, and his Rotom will be going down, most likely. And I think a combination of Hyper Voice and Thunderbolt will KO this Gardevoir at this rate, and he's paralyzed and he's confused. So I'm liking my odds. It's a crit, so unfortunately we won't know. I think Hyper Voice would have done 50%. But now it's all up to Heatran. We know Heatran is slower than Thundurus. So what's the play here? Is it Swagger? Is this Heatran slower? Do we know if it's slower? Okay, let me just make sure to see if I know. Under Trick Room, the opposing Heatran used Heat Wave and Thunderbolt. Heatran. So Heatran and my Mega Gardevoir. Trick Room ended there. So Gardevoir protected, he withdrew. So we don't know how much speed. He's faster than my Heatran, slower than my Thundurus. So he's right there in the middle. I'm going to Psychic because it should do more damage. And I'm going to Swagger. Yeah, I think I have to. Because if he heat waves and hits, then that's game. Oh, Swagger misses Gardevoir. But yeah, faster than Gardevoir. Great game to my opponent. He really did outplay me. All he has to do is Earth Power, 100% accuracy. If he had missed Thunderous or I hadn't missed Swagger and he hit himself, yeah, odds were not in my favor to win this game. And he has Flash Cannon. Okay, so that was a good game. He conserved his Pokemon better, and I definitely struggled to damage Heatran. Why has our rating reset? I have no idea, but let's move on. Mega Kangaskhan team. Once again, H-Slash is not something I would like to deal with. Milotic. Battle timer keeps getting turned on and off by my opponent. Undecisive. I might want Tyranitar here. I'm not entirely sure what to lead. I think I lead Double Genie here. With Gardevoir and Tyranitar in the back. Because Tyranitar does a lot of damage. To this, to this, to this. Tyranitar can hit 5 of his 6 Pokemon for super effective damage. So, yeah, definitely. Gardevoir hits like a truck against everything except H-Slash. I mean, even against Talonflame. So yeah, this is a pretty ideal lead for me. Both of his Pokemon are threatened. He might want to set up a Tailwind. Or if he goes for an attack. I'm not entirely sure. I could Rock Tomb, I could Rock Slide. He could fake out Landorus. I think I'm going to Rock Slide with Landorus and Thunder Wave Kang. Because whoever he doesn't fake out, yeah, this just means Talonflame is gone unless I miss, yeah. So we could have protected Thundurus, but having a chance, he could have gone for fake out against Landorus to keep his Talonflame alive too. Okay, so he probably assumes I'm stuck into Rock Slide, so I could knock off Cresselia and Thunder Wave again, which is what I'm going to do, I think. If he sets up a Trick Room, that could be an issue, but his team doesn't look very Trick Room-ish to me. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. Rocky Helmet, no problem. Return doesn't even KO, and now Kangaskhan is paralyzed, and Thunder survives as well. So this was a pretty ideal turn for us. Going to conserve Landorus' Intimidate, switch in Tyranitar, as he won't be using a fighting move against that, and I'm going to paralyze Cresselia. I don't want to rely too much on Swagger this time around, and that's okay. Paralyzed Milotic works for me. Kangaskhan is fully paralyzed this turn. Now I can low kick Kangaskhan, even if he switches Cresselia back in. That's not a problem at all. Or I'm expecting Sucker Punch from Kang to try to get rid of my Thunders. I can't switch Landorus back in, so I'm going to protect. Okay, so Cresselia switches back in, Kangaskhan stays in and is now KO'd. Next turn, since I know Thundurus is faster than Cress, and faster than Milotic, I could Thunderbolt. What do I want to do here? Yeah, I can just crunch and protect. That's perfectly fine. Ice Beam from Cresselia, that's fine. I crunch. Now it's a 4-on-1 battle, pretty dominating for us. Scald Burn wouldn't even matter at this point. Oh, it's paralyzed. Going to Rock Slide just for the flinch, and I'm going to Thunderbolt my Lodic. That does a lot of damage. Activate the Citrus Berry. Now Rock Slide has a chance to Blizzard. Okay, that's a very interesting move. High risk, high reward. But yeah, double target, and that's done. So yeah, we lost last game. We won this one in a pretty dominating fashion. I have no idea why our rating just got reset. So I will probably want to grind up quite a bit before Friday's video. But yeah, that's it for today. 1 win, 1 loss, not too bad. Learning a lot. I hope you're enjoying. I'm really enjoying playing these games. They're very interesting. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.